Hello, Aviva reporting for Israel24six. Today is the 30th of November, 2007. Thank you for joining this news update concerning the sovereign state of Israel. This week, the office of Prime Minister Olmert officially acknowledged and welcomed the upgrade of Israel's credit rating by Standard & Poor's. Standard & Poor's raised the country's long-term foreign currency sovereign credit rating from A- to A, and its long-term local currency credit rating from A+ to AA-. And now, turning to the facts concerning military operations of the Israel Defense Force on Tuesday. Israel Defense Force helicopters struck a post of the Hamas terrorist organization operating in the southern Gaza Strip. The military chose this alternative due to continued Qassam and mortar attacks on the sovereign state of Israel. These attacks were perpetrated by Hamas and other terrorist organizations against communities which surround the Gaza Strip, including Tuesday's attack by terrorists against the community of Kerem Shalom. Since June of 2007, on average, operatives have fired one Qassam rocket every 3 hours onto the sovereign state of Israel. And this week, the Israel Defense Force has mounted numerous military countermeasures against Hamas and against other terrorist organizations specifically operating in the Gaza Strip. The military has documented increased attempts to penetrate Israel's security fence since Monday. Furthermore, it is known that some terrorist operatives which were hit by Israel's Defense Force were using buildings in the Erez industrial area to organize and implement attacks against the sovereign state of Israel. In a number of those incidents, after the terrorist operatives were hit, the Israel Defense Force confirmed that the operatives were in fact outfitted with army vests and assorted military weaponry, including hand grenades, small arms, ammunition clips, knives, and communication equipment. Nevertheless, official reports from the Israel Defense Force indicates that their commitment to patrolling Israel's security fence is undiminished. Still and yet, on Tuesday, during the joint declaration at the Annapolis Conference, in part, Prime Minister Ehud Olmert had this to say to Mr. Mahmoud Abbas, and I quote, "The negotiations will be based on previous agreements between us, UN Security Council resolutions 242 and 338, the roadmap, and the April 14, 2004 letter of President Bush to the Prime Minister of Israel. On conclusion of the negotiations, I believe that we will be able to reach an agreement which will fulfill the vision of President Bush, 2 states for 2 peoples." End quote. And yesterday, the Ministry of Justice in Israel released news concerning arrested and detained Hasid Abraham Mondrowitz. If you recall, this broadcast was the first Anglo-Israeli internet broadcast to announce the arrest and detention of that pedophile who fled America more than 20 years ago. Quoting from the Justice Ministry's press release, yesterday, the Department of Internal Affairs of the Office of the State Attorney filed a petition to Jerusalem's court requesting that Mondrowitz be declared extraditable to the United States. And that concludes this Friday afternoon broadcast. I am Aviva in Jerusalem, reporting from room 903 for Israel24six. Thank you for listening. Please join us again, and Shabbat Shalom.